All right, here we go on a Thursday morning. We're going to do another one of these. I love it, too. Home of Economy podcast, something we do like, I don't know, usually about once a month. Wade Pearson here from Home of Economy. At your favorite Home of Economies, whichever one. Pick one. How are you, man?
Yeah, pretty good.
Oh, I better turn your mic on. How's that?
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving, by the way?
It was good. You know, we picked up my mom and drove up to my mother-in-law's place up in Walhalla, and just had a quick meal at the senior the senior meals up there, which was great.
Okay.
So it was pretty easy, nice drive, and weather was good.
Yeah, weather was nice.
And everything. And then, my mom willing to go up north there to my mother-in-law's. We kept everybody happy. So
Sure.
that was good.
That's the main thing, right?
Yeah,
Keeping everybody happy.
And my kids all came with, so.
Oh, good. Big plans for Christmas?
Well, my mom is going down to visit my brother and sister in the Minneapolis area.
Okay.
So it looks like we're going to actually have that finally, have that family Christmas at home.
Sure.
So I'm kind of looking forward to it. So
Yeah.
it'll be a departure because, for 60 years I've been at mom's house.
Yeah.
And I think I missed one in my life
Wow.
or something,
Yeah, and it's people get older, things change. Like now, I tell people when you're from a dysfunctional family like I am, we have like 5 Christmases. we have one on the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, and I think the 30th. So only 4 this year.
Yeah, we used to do that. We'd do, my dad was nice enough to move his Christmas up, and then we'd go up to the in-laws and on for Christmas Eve, and then do, my mom's place, and but it got to be a real rat race, and then I started just taking. I'm not going to work on the 26th. Going to stay around the house.
Yep. And that's kind of what we're leaning towards too this year, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's great, and we're lucky. Lucky the people that are around are still around. I mean,
Sure.
we've lost our parents or some of them now, and but we're lucky to have them for so long.
Right, and those are the hard Christmases too, the
Yeah.
first ones without. Before we start talking about Christmas and all the big sales going on at Home of Economy, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble about this, but I was supposed to ask you about hockey, UND memorabilia, hockey memorabilia.
Oh, yeah.
What's the story there?
Yeah. Well, anyway, I've gone to the hockey game since, again, it's a
Forever.
Mother's Day thing. Well, my mom brought me in, 6 years ago.
Sure.
She was carrying me into the place.
Yep.
Bill Reichert was a friend of my dad's from the golf team at UND. And
Okay.
He was in their wedding.
Oh, wow.
He's on the wall at the Ralph somewhere.
Yep.
And so anyway, they were fans. My mom still is. I bring her to the games now.
Okay.
But anyway, so you remember in the late 70s, The Farce.
Oh, yeah.
And anyway, so anyway, they were, they were a lot of fun, I mean, I was a little bit younger than them, and, we weren't encouraged to go over there in the suit section. But, it was a lot of fun. We still talk about it. But somebody mentioned that it's a Radio Shack helmet. So I found one on eBay.
Yeah.
I had the advertising agency, shout out to Ad Monkeys. They got the ND logo right that fits there. And so I've got one of those, like a Farce helmet.
Did I see a picture of that on social media?
Yeah, I put it on there.
Okay.
Oh, it was really cool. Marv Lear, he does the camera in between the benches.
Yep.
Well, he was a member of the Farce, and he's a member of the Fighting Sioux Facebook group. So he was a member. He had a picture of his, and it's like, yeah, that's great, because mine, he actually even, thought maybe somebody sold their helmet.
Oh, sure.
I mean, my understanding of that
created
group,
a
they
new
never
one.
would.
Yeah, right.
Maybe a widow or something, but.
Wow. In fact, Marv was walking in here yesterday, and he
I don't
actually
know.
lives directly across the street from Paul, the producer.
Yeah. So then he had the one there, and then he had a picture of a friend of his, and he had that Kermit the Frog. And if you remember the story with Kermit, the Farce used him as a kind of a mascot.
Yep.
And then the University of Michigan, I forgot what team, but Marv, correct me. And he got kidnapped, and there was a deal, and I forget all the details. I only know what I read in the newspaper at the time. But they kidnapped him, and we had to sweep him. That was back when Michigan was in the WCHA.
Yep.
And so they had, we had to sweep them in order to get them back. And he came back and they had defaced him or whatever. So I was joking with Marv, and I like, did Kermit get over his traumatic experience? And
that is so funny because we had the nickel that was going back and forth between NDSU and that was stolen for a while.
And we won it the last time, but
yeah. And then I remember there used to be that building off of I-29.
Yeah,
and that they
right
always.
by me.
I was going to say that's got to be very close to
About
your
a mile
place.
away from my place.
Yeah, and every year you'd see they'd cross it out, and NDSU would write some, and then UND, and that was back in the good old days.
Yeah, that's right by the Buxton exit.
Yeah. I suppose we should probably talk about some stuff, huh?
Yeah, nobody cares.
But they do. Home of Economy. We've said this time and time again. When I go in there, I know a lot of the people by name, first name basis, because, well, let's face it, a lot of your employees have been there for a long time. And I know you treat them good. So what are your hours? Are you going to be open Christmas or New Year or any of that stuff? I know you usually give them some time off.
Yeah, well, we're still, on Christmas Eve, we're closed at 4:00.
Okay.
That's the time we've closed forever. Of course, we're closed on Christmas Day.
Okay.
And New Year's Eve, we close at 4 that day. We
Sure.
are open. We are open January 1. Is that a Sunday?
Let's see here. January 1 is a Monday,
Okay.
according to what I've got here.
Yeah, I think the time written, but I think it's 10 a.m. to
Okay.
5 p.m.
Okay.
So just no reason to get in there with people that have been out or
No.
just staying up.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm a January or New Year's Eve guy. I mean, I go to bed 9 o'clock.
Unless we're doing something at my house, which we probably will this year because we have company that's going to be there for about a week. But no, I kind of call it amateur night. I quit going out on New Year's Eve a long time ago. It's
Yeah.
just safer to be at home,
Yeah, I just never had fun. I mean, I'd going out, so I was
Right.
like, I haven't even made the 12 o'clock since the millennium.
Last year was the first year I had for a long time. That's because Paul had to bring his new flamethrower out there, and we had to give it a test run. So,
flamethrower?
Yeah. Burn through about a gallon of unleaded in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. You could start. I started my my fire pit or my fire burn pile from about, I suppose he was a good 30 feet away. Just
I was
pretty
looking
fun.
they were like at the trade show, where, the buying show we had last August. They had one, and I was like, yeah, I really don't want to sell them, and but I want one, but I have no reason why.
Yeah. They're fun for that, but it is winter. The ice has been kind of sketchy. I've been following a lot, especially up at Lake of the Woods. There's guys out ice fishing all over. I know Red Lake is full. I saw an aerial view, but you got some ice fishing stuff, augers and tents. Your little shelters, all on sale at Home of Economy, I would imagine.
Yep, we started the sale early. We've got a lot of ice fishing products. So, we have sales on the tents and on the augers right now, and not sure on all the other stuff. And of course, we do have bait for that. So,
sure,
we got
sure.
the minnows, and I made sure because it's been a iffy year on minnows.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah, you'd know better than me.
Yeah. Actually, for what we were told going into the beginning of last summer, it was much better than I thought it would be. And thank goodness for you guys. And because it's, well, we just have to be careful when we go across the border with them. But that's not your problem.
Get them some Minnesota IDs.
There you go. Yeah, I don't carry my receipt with me. That is for sure. It's just dumb. What are Uber gloves?
Those are the choppers, the deer skin and leather and
the
whatever.
warm gloves.
Yeah, those are in. Those make a great Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And Uber, they're made in Minnesota, so Uber's the manufacturer.
Okay.
But wonderful product and warm, and we've had years like this where it's been warm, and then that last few days before Christmas it cools off.
Yeah.
And then everybody's buying a ton of them. They go through.
Mm-hmm,
I know one year it's like, we had that cold, and it was on the 23rd, and it's just like, I stayed because we were backed up the tills begging and every person was buying Uber
I
gloves.
bet. I
great
bet.
Christmas item.
Oh yeah, well the choppers I think are way warmer than regular gloves, but that's just my opinion. Few snowblowers left. I know you guys go through them awfully fast.
You know, that October storm, west, that really did well. We did pick up a few extra ones, and so we pretty much have one or two per store. Very limited. It was, definitely a great season so far.
Yeah.
But that's to be expected after the horrible spring we had last year.
Yeah.
And everybody, well, at that point, you couldn't even get one.
Right.
And there's plenty of people that are like, "Oh, I'm sick of fighting with this one. It's 20 years old. I got it from my uncle or whatever when he moved." And so, I mean, there's plenty of people that that they're gonna buy one right away in the fall. So that's kind of natural. And we bulked up on blowers too before the season, knowing that. So
Yeah, it was weird. We had that weird weather, like you said, and then during deer hunting in Minnesota, the first weekend it rained and then snowed, and all of a sudden you've got 3 feet of water in the ditches, and it was sloppy. And then by the second weekend, it was 55 degrees and sunny out, and there was no snow left, but there was mud and water everywhere. You know what though? I'm not a big snow guy anymore, so I'm good with this. One thing I've noticed about Home of Economy, ever since I can remember, you've got the bell ringers are in there from the Salvation Army, and I actually saw a friend of mine posted about the angel tree there this year, and gosh, I remember who it was that posted something about it on Facebook but the other day. But you guys are always big into that and helping the community.
yeah. Well, first of all, the bell ringers. I mean, I don't know if I don't think they're hiring, people to ring the bell, just using volunteers from my perspective. I mean, I haven't talked to anybody there. I used to be real active with the Salvation Army. I mean, I was on their board for quite a few years. Great organization.
Oh, yeah.
They do great things. But anyway, they're leaving the bucket there. And just give a plug, I mean, if you send somebody a check, you're going to get 15 letters the next week, and it's going to be all the more dire. Well, with the Salvation Army, you can give them what you want, everything, even the change in your pocket helps.
Yes, it does.
And so you don't have to be super, way ahead on everything, to do it or to make a difference. And, it's also kind of anonymous. So you're not going to get nailed on the mailer for.
And you always read about somebody dropping in like a diamond, ring in there, or or something, big time in there, which is, and like you said, they stay anonymous. What is the angel tree for the people that don't know?
Well, it's a Christmas tree. The Salvation Army, they have families that are, can need some help for Christmas gifts and stuff. So we got a Christmas tree in the store right near the front, and you can pick one off there, and it'll tell you age and the sex of the kid and maybe an idea what they'd like to see. And so you can go through there and pick out somebody. I mean, I know my I'm not as good at that, but my brother picks all the older kids because
sure
it gets them stuff because
hey,
those are people that don't they still nice to give them at Christmas.
Sure. We were all that age once. We know how it goes. Right now, the 12 days of giveaways are going on. We are on day 3 today, and we're going to go through the rest of these. The 12 days wraps up on day 12. Will actually be December 23rd. Now, I actually just registered or did what I had to do. You go on the Facebook page, and basically, I actually had 3 or 4 different comments, but let's just get on there, look at Home of Economy in the Facebook page, and it'll tell you what to do. But let's go through these. I mean, you already gave away Christmas candy, candle hot cocoa, and a Yeti mug. You gave away a $50 gas card. Now today it'll be a winter survival kit with a windshield scraper, hand warmers, gloves, hat, small shovel, jumper cable, vehicle tow rope, flashlight. This is something we talked about on the show yesterday with Safe Kids, but something that should be in your vehicle if you live around here.
Oh yeah, especially if you're out of town. And all the. I mean, the only thing is the first day the question was, "What's your favorite Christmas movie?" That was kind of fun to look through and just see what other people have. And there's a lot of good ones. I mean, and it made me think because I love It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street, the 1947. Christmas Vacations, usually the first one I watch. I think I watched it 3 times this season.
Oh, yeah.
Home Alone, I watched that a couple times. I mean, I love all of these, but it's kind of fun to see other things. I did watch an older one. It was kind of off Turner Classic Movies. It Happened on Fifth Street. It was kind of a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
So some of these questions are pretty good, and the other ones were good. So it's
My
a little nostalgia.
Oh, yeah. My wife is huge into Christmas movies. We've already watched, decorating.
Hallmark.
Yeah, a lot of Hallmark, a lot of old ones, a lot of new ones. We kind of go all out at our house during Christmas. So whenever we're decorating, we're watching or listening to a Christmas movie.
Yeah. And then one other thing, you said the shovel, and this isn't the one that's on there, but I was just walking around the store and thinking of things to talk about, and I saw we've got this Yoho. It's a full-size shovel, but it breaks down,
Yep,
It's
yep.
got the, we've got it on sale back in the shovel department, and so, if you got a trunk or something, it's not a bad idea to have. I mean,
And one thing
the little ones are, and they're good, and they get stuff from behind or whatever. But if you're really stuck,
Right. And a lot of the things, times too, Wade, they do kind of call this a winter survival kit. So a lot of the times you're not going to dig your car out, but you're going to keep that exhaust nice and clear
Yeah.
so you can live and not freeze to death and not die from the fumes. And so it's good to have something like this in your car. Of course, I don't. My wife does, but I don't. I'm not very winter smart. I've lived here my whole life.
I read a book, Candles in the Window, I think, about the 41 blizzard that hit.
Oh,
of course,
yeah.
There was no, but and back then, they're all driving 30s cars, and they weren't. I've got some, been in some vehicles like that. They weren't insulated. They all stalled out because the engines weren't.
Yep.
It wouldn't happen. But nearly everybody that died left their vehicle.
Yep.
People that stayed in
Thinking
their
they could
vehicle.
walk it and get to the safety,
Yep.
Man, no, you're better off just staying in your car. Just make sure you got a full tank of gas and you keep that exhaust cleaned out. Let's see here. Coming up, day 4, Milwaukee heated sweatshirt. You got Naxa products. What is Naxa?
That's a new line we brought in this year. It's just some fun, like big speakers.
Oh,
we got
yeah.
the microphone on
Sure,
and
yep.
color. They got the lights on them for the kids. I mean, I bought a couple. You can turn the lights off but just to have if I'm working, I can have something going in the storage room
Right.
or whatever, the workshop, and
yeah.
I can do it. So it's good for everything, not just for younger people.
Exactly. Perfect. You got the ice fishing package valued up to $50 coming. $75 in groceries. Rubs, sauces, seasonings. You got larger houseware item. Amish gallery basket. The one that really caught my eye was the $100 Home of Economy gift card. That'll be day 11 on the 22nd. And muck boots. That's another good one to wrap it all up. Popular. The muck boots are... I bought my first pair 2 years ago, and I can't believe I didn't have a pair 10 years ago.
Yeah, a guy out in the oil fields, and hadn't never wore them. He said it's like wearing your tennis shoes all day.
It is. It is. They're very comfortable because, we always used to wear the old green rubber pull-on ones or the big yellow ones where you could wear your boots inside of them and then just about herniate yourself trying to get those boots off. These muck boots, what I like about them, like right now I've got them folded down.
Yep.
They fold down just perfectly. They're easy to put on and off, and they're very comfortable. And if you have to, you just fold them right back up again. And again, the comfort, they're warm, and they will keep you dry. They're good boots.
You don't remember the bread bags in your
Oh, of course I did. The bread bags and my old
in the
Sorels.
galoshes or in the galoshes. So,
Oh, the galoshes, with either the buckles or
yeah. I mean, the cool kids had zippers.
the cool kids did.
I had buckles.
And then you'd get all full of snow and ice in the buckles, and then they'd break and they wouldn't
Yeah.
work. And pretty soon you got the bread bag hanging out because your buckles don't work anymore.
That's when we were walking to Kelly's school like 5 miles uphill
Yeah.
through the snowdrift. So
And then it came to Sorels, but after a while back then, the liners would get pounded so thin that it was like walking on concrete in those things. But my goodness, you'd hold on to a pair of those Sorels for forever.
yeah, you know what I do with the Sorels when I get a new pair, which I haven't for years now, but I'll put duct tape so your foot in the back where it wears. And so your foot slides in and it protects, you used to on the felt liner.
Yeah.
You used to wear a hole through that. And so that's when I started duct taping them, and it was just a lot easier. and it's just as warm because the heat's on the other side of the duct tape,
Right.
or
Sure.
the insulation.
Home for the Holidays ends the 24th in the Amish Gallery. Save 15% plus 5% when you donate $5 or more for the local food bank. Amish Gallery, I've got a house full of stuff there. You can't beat it. It's the
great
best furniture
stuff,
you're
and-
going to find.
Yep, and they've been real busy down there in furniture this month. So
Well, good. Keep them busy, huh?
yep, keeps them out of trouble.
All your work gear, I've always gone to Home of Economy, back when I was in construction especially, but dollar off HK 16-ounce motor treatment, $2 off power.
That's Harvest King. but yeah.
Okay, yep, the good stuff.
Yep.
You got $2 off power service of the 64-ounce diesel fuel supplement, 50 cents off the Splash 10-ounce isopropyl antifreeze. That you got to get the isopropyl stuff.
The
Yep.
red bottle, and the yellow is like if you're in trouble, if you've like froze up. But
Right.
If you're just doing it as a preventative
Yep.
measure, you want the red
Yep,
stuff.
keep that water and that moisture out of the fuel. Up to $10 off. Sirius FR Neo Fleece.
Yep, that's FR is flame resistant, which
Yep.
it's bigger in the other part of the state, but still matters here. And if you're working around power or anything, I mean, even if you're not required, it's
Yeah.
if you're around that stuff, it's not a bad thing. If you've ever seen, videos of like a electrical flash. I mean,
Oh yeah.
the damage comes from your clothes burning.
Absolutely does. What are the Baffin boots?
That's mostly out west there.
Because you hear more and more about them all the time.
Yeah, Baffin are great boots, and I've got some that really well made. We don't carry as much around here, but the Derrick are they're designed for the oil fields. Go figure from that name. They've got a safety toe, and they got a safety plate underneath. They're super well insulated. So if you're working outside, they do have some high vis on them just to add to the package or whatever. So you never know what's going to make it, make
Right.
a difference in these long winter nights there, which we're almost there in the longest night of the year. So
And these deals are through the 24th, along with, if you look at the new handbill, Santa's list sale also going through December 24th. But man, I tell you what a list too. $42 off Bubba lithium ion cordless electric fillet knife. Electric fillet knives are the bomb. I love them. $71 off the Bubba interchangeable blade. $30 off the DeWalt 12 volt or 20 volt job site Bluetooth speaker. You got deals on the self-tension ratchet straps, booster cables, the 6-pack shop towels, which I just bought a couple of weeks
you
ago.
always need.
Always. And people think, well, I got paper towels. Not the same thing.
For cleaning up after the dogs, it's much better to have that heavy duty, doesn't
Yep.
fall apart and whatever. It's much better for a big job.
Absolutely. It's that time of the year. Pajama pants. You get $5 off Victory men's and women's pajama pants. Then you've got the inventory reduction sale. The day after Christmas through January 1st, 15% off store-wide standard exclusions apply to that. But basically just a big sale for a couple of days before the new year then.
Yep. Just to kind of clean out what we have and, free up a little bit of cash because the new stuff's coming in. So
You also, guys, are giving away some stuff from the 15th through the 24th of this month. Free $5 gift card with a purchase of $50 worth of gift cards, and a free $10 gift card with a purchase of $100 worth of gift cards. So, I mean, all you got to do is do the simple math. You spend $50, you get 55. You spend 100, you get 110. Not a bad deal.
Nope. And, more and more gift cards are the way people are going for their gifts because, everybody kind of buys what they need right away. So
Right. My wife hates gift cards, and I love them. I wish there was nothing under my tree but envelopes, because I love gift cards, and my wife thinks it takes no thought to give a gift card.
yeah, but if you've done the thought and you didn't come up with the right item, I'd rather buy the good item,
Yep.
But like my kids and they've got their stuff and they want, gift cards, and hopefully they think of me when they're spending it or whatever. My problem is you get some for this restaurant, and how many do you want to have in you never have it in your.
Yeah. It's funny. I just found a gift card that I had had for 3 years, and I didn't even realize that it was in my nightstand. But, the gift card to me, it stops that Oh, I really love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Look, you don't get that. You don't get that as much. Bob's Bargain Sale ending on the 24th. Boy, I tell you what. Again, you got deals on the diesel fuel supplement. You got the Blackjack 10-inch tube mount sidewind jack. You got the folding pair ramps, the 90-inch non-folding pair, the 80-inch folding. Again, ratchet straps, shop towels, dog beds. This is a great time to get your dog a Christmas present too. And
Their family.
absolutely, they are in my house. That is for sure. What are the $3 off the cat versus pickle mystery bag and the dog versus squirrels mystery bags? What are those?
I think it's just a Christmas gift. You can, from Santa. I mean, I buy stuff for the dogs, for treats and stuff. Make them,
I keep getting a complaint from my buddy. He says that you and your brother both talk too softly, and I'm looking at my gauges here, and you're not. But
Yeah, what
I
a
think,
big
I think
fibber he is.
Schwanny's going deaf.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Let's see. The $19 up. What's the pet hotel? The Schleich?
Schleck is those little animal figurines. You've seen them,
Oh, yeah.
You have all those. So,
okay.
So it's just a place to kind of park all your animals, or if the kids collecting them, you can have a place for them, or
Yep.
have them walk in and walk out. I mean, on a slow day at work. we do
Sure.
that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Now let's do some stuff for the humans. Cloverdale, buy one, get three free 3-pack tangy Snackers sticks. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
How about $10 off the HME 6-piece butcher kit? The Taylor digital thermometer with probe, $6 off that. $2 off the Taylor HumaGuide thermometer. $3 off the Watkins 11-ounce double strength original vanilla. All the kind of stuff you're needing for your holiday cooking, baking. And right now I'm in the process of doing jerky, so I'm going to be going back. I just bought 2 or 3 different mixes recently here, and I'm going to have to go back and get some more.
We have a lot of those spices for the game processing, and we should have mentioned the LEM game processing stuff, which is
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people have got their deer and everything, but it's in the freezer, so they still have to do the rest of it. So
I recently switched brands on my jerky. I can't remember what I was buying at Home of Economy, but I switched to a different one now, and I don't remember what it is, but I love it. It's a lot easier. You don't have to do so much of the adding ingredients on your own. It's all right there. And and then another nice thing about it is each little package you can do 2 pounds at a time. So you're not doing a ton of this. 2 pounds is pretty manageable to kick out in a day. So that is nice. Big sales coming up, as always, at Home of Economy. January oil sale from January 2nd through the 31st. You got the ice fishing sale from the 2nd to the 16th. The Game Changer, January 17th through the 31st. And Bob's Bargains, January 1st through the 31st. Is there ever a time when you guys really don't have a sale going on at Home of Economy?
no, we used to kind of take January and February off, and then we kind of, because we were never that busy, and then we kind of found that if you want to be busy, you have to have stuff going on. So we were kind of the chicken and the egg type thing, and we were thinking of it wrong. So once we started doing ads, the ads perform just as well, or nearly as well as they do during better months.
Yep.
And it's kind of the rest of the stuff that's not going.
Right. I'm pretty much done with my Christmas shopping.
Oh, I hate you.
Yeah, well, thank goodness I have a wife that does a lot of it. She has her ways and means of shopping. I have mine. I'm so computer illiterate that I don't even know what Amazon is, except for a jungle or something in South America. But I just go right down Highway 2 and I take a right there and I go to Home of Economy because it doesn't matter. If I'm buying for a kid, if I'm buying for an adult, it doesn't really matter. I can pretty much find something there for everybody.
Yeah, and we try to have more of the stuff that you need, and especially for this time of year, rather than just we don't have a lot of just junk. That's the wrong word for it, but
no, it's not really the wrong word for it. Most of the stuff that I go in there to buy, sometimes it's not there because it does go fast.
Yeah.
But that's another thing about that store. You don't have all that junk. You got the stuff people need.
Right.
In a nutshell.
What we try to do. And,
right.
we kind of moved up on our reorders and stuff. I know like our baking stuff just got nailed. It's pretty empty, but he put in a couple orders this last week. So hopefully with our size of company that we can get a fast turnaround, get it back in, maybe before the end of the, baking season.
We theme the one Christmas we have a different theme every year, and this year it is Scandinavian. So we get to jump into, we'll be making dumplings and a lot of things like that, and we look forward to it. But again, it's so easy for us because it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from my house to get to Home of Economy, and everything's there. I mean, we've bought our Lefse making kits there and all of our stuff there. Did we miss out on anything before Christmas coming up here?
I can't think of anything. I'm sure something will come up after.
Always does.
Yeah.
It always does. We'll get ready we'll wrap it up here, but you guys, it's been a great year. Home of Economy, I've said it a billion times. I'll say it again, my favorite store. And I'm looking forward to 2024, and I sure hope you guys have a great holiday.
Yeah, thank you. Same deal.
I mean, I am old school. I'm going to say Merry Christmas. So.
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for coming in.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
All right. There you go. Your Home of Economy podcast. I can't wait. We'll see which Pearson boys coming in next time. All right. If you got more Christmas shopping to do, head on over to Home of Economy. We just went through all of the sales coming up. Go take advantage of them. Get online, too. Check out the 12 days of giveaways. Just go to Home of Economy on Facebook. Follow the instructions. You might win yourself something. Till then, have yourself a Merry Christmas, everybody.